Hey, Bears fans, we got a bunch of news and rumors to get into on a Monday following that ugly loss to Tyler Huntley and the Ravens. But first, I launched an Instagram page. Now, I have a personal account that some of you guys may have already followed me on, but I wanted to kind of create a business profile, if you will, where I can focus it on stuff I'm doing here at Chat Sports with the Bears and with other videos I do within the company. So help me out. I'm going to get it ramped up this week. The profile is already created at HGramNFL, just like Twitter. Same handle on Instagram. Give me a follow over there. Looking to get to 30 followers by the end of the day. Like I said, I haven't really done much on the posting side yet, but that is going to ramp up this week. So at HGramNFL, help a brother out and spread the word. Give me a follow on Instagram. I am your host, Harrison Graham, here for Chicago Bears Now. My God, did yesterday really happen? Yeah, it did. It's just the Matt Nagy tenure in a nutshell. We will certainly take a look at the latest on Nagy shortly. But first, we do got to get to an injury update on Justin Fields, who left with a rib injury. Luckily, the initial tests have not revealed broken ribs, and Ian Rapoport even added that although there will be further tests, they feel like the Bears, being they, have avoided a major injury here. Doesn't sound like there's any cracked ribs. Matt Nagy, of course, holding his cards close to the vest because that tends to work out well for him. Didn't reveal any specific details in his presser today. Either way, though, even if he doesn't have broken ribs, let's be honest. The Bears play again in 3 days. I'm not super confident we're going to see Justin Fields play against the Detroit Lions, and I might even take it a step further. I'm not sure we should see Justin Fields against Detroit. I wouldn't play him. Look, you're 3-7. You're not making the playoffs, barring a miracle at this point. Let him get the extra rest. Then you got 10 more days off after that game before a home matchup against Arizona. Start Andy Dalton. Who cares? If you lose to the Lions, you're already out of it. If you beat them, so what? It doesn't really matter at this point in the season. The rest of this year is about getting the best out of Justin Fields that you can, and I don't know if playing him with sore ribs on short rest is really a good idea. I just really don't. Now, Nagy said at his presser today in terms of who they'll play, he says, we'll prepare for both Dalton and Fields. You just can only do so much in this short period of time, so we'll keep that in mind as coaches. I feel like we will see Andy Dalton on Thursday, and quite frankly, I think that's probably the right move. I just don't think playing Justin Fields makes a lot of sense. Now, if you were 5-5 and you're like, okay, Fields clearly gives us a better chance than Andy Dalton, you play Fields if he's ready to go. But you're 3-7. You're out of the playoff picture at this point, even though the 6th and 7th seed are still kind of up for grabs. But you'd have to go, what? You're 3-7, 7 games left, 6-1 over your final 7 to make the playoffs. I just don't think it's going to happen. And quite frankly, if you can't beat Detroit with Andy Dalton, you don't even deserve to have any kind of chance to make a playoff push anyway, which we all know is not going to happen under this coaching staff. Who should start on Thursday, Thanksgiving, against the Detroit Lions? Type JF for Justin Fields, type AD for Andy Dalton. Let us know down in the comments section who should start against the Lions on Turkey Day. Now, the Bears may stink, but we're not going anywhere. We're going to continue to plug out videos every single day, and in fact, we're closing in on 37,000 subscribers. So help us out. Hit that sub button, and let's get there by the end of the day on Monday. I want to get to 37K before I go to sleep tonight. 37,000 is just around the corner. Appreciate all of you who've already subscribed, and if you haven't, it's 100% free, daily free videos. Hit that subscribe button. So if it is Andy Dalton, and I think it will be, he was okay. He was fine in mop-up duty. Certainly the volume of yards is good. 201 on just 11 completions. It helps when a guy like Darnell Mooney can take a bubble screen 60 yards to the crib. He took advantage of the man coverage, the cover zero blitz on that 4th down where he found Marquise Goodwin on what I thought was going to be the game-winning touchdown. But, of course, Kindle Vildor got torched. We'll talk more about him later on as well. Dalton's serviceable. You can certainly get through this game without him, right? You signed Andy Dalton to be the starter initially before you drafted Justin Fields and things changed. Play Andy Dalton. He's healthy. It's fine. Give Justin Fields the extra rest this week. And let's see what happens on Thursday. I don't think this is a situation where it's like, well, if Fields is 80%, let's just play him. No, you don't do that when you're a 3-7 football team and you have a rookie quarterback. So, be honest. How excited are you for Bears versus Lions? Scale of 1 to 10. It's likely going to be Tim Boyle versus Andy Dalton. Does it get worse? I mean, selfishly, I would like to watch Justin Fields because at least there's a reason to watch, but you can't play him. You just should not play him in this game. So let me know how excited you are. I mean, look, I'll get excited on game day, but here on a Monday sitting at 3-7, I'm not that fired up if I'm being honest about it. Scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you're not fired up at all, 10 being, hey, let's go beat the Lions and try to win out and make the playoffs. I don't know, 3? I mean, Tim Boyle, Andy Dalton, this is not what the TV network signed up for that Thanksgiving matchup. Is it the end of the road for Matt Nagy? We continue to talk about his hot seat status here. Bears have obviously lost 5 in a row now. They were 3-2. They're now 3-7. Matt Nagy, by the way, has never won a game coming off a bye week, which is a direct indictment of him and his coaching staff. Bears as a whole have lost 8 straight coming off the bye, which is just pitiful if you think about it. And kind of what we've been talking about, the Bears playoff hopes are, while they're not mathematically eliminated, they're dashed at this point. And you're saying, Harrison, they're only 2 games back of the 7th seed. Yeah, but there's about 8 teams in between you and the 7th seed. You need a lot to go your way to get this going, which is why it's probably going to be the end of the road for Matt Nagy, and it should be, and it would be if I was in charge, would have happened by now. The Bears just find amazing ways to lose every single week. I mean, the Pittsburgh game, just bizarre penalties, and, the defense can't get stopped late. You only have 3 points in the first half. This week, again, shutout in the first half. You convert a 4th and 11 to take a lead, and then Kindle Vildor gets lost in a black hole somehow, and Sammy Watkins is just wide open for Tyler Huntley. Yes, Tyler Huntley to beat you on a 2-minute drill. It's just unbelievable the different ways this team finds ways to lose every week, but teams that find ways to lose, that's typically on coaching, in my opinion, and I think that's why Matt Nagy's going to have to go. And I think another reason why he's going to have to go as well is look at the tenure. I mean, it's been a straight regression, right? 12-4 his first year. You were thinking, this guy, you've got your guy for the next 15 years. Won the division. Sure, the double doink happened, and that was disappointing, but you're like, oh, this team will be back. Well, missed the playoffs the next year. Even though you made it in 2020, you were 8-8, and you only made it because they added the extra playoff spot, and you were never close in that Saints game. 3-7 this year. You're not making the playoffs. 31-27 overall isn't bad, but you haven't won a playoff game, and really since 2018, you just haven't been good, especially on offense, which is what you hired Matt Nagy for, to jumpstart this offense. And after a promising start in year 1, it's been a steady regression ever since. So I'm out on Nagy. I'm out on this staff. You had 2 weeks to prepare, and you put up 13 points to Baltimore, and you lost to Tyler Huntley. That kind of tells it all, right? In a must-win game, that's what you muster up. I just don't need to see any more, and that's the reality of the situation. So, thanks, Nagy. Adios. Type FN in the chat if you want to fire Matt Nagy. You guys know how I feel. I am out on him at this point, but maybe you feel differently, and you're saying, not yet. I think he can still get it figured out. I've seen enough. Type FN in the chat. Matt Nagy has to go. His teams can consistently get worse every single year. By the way, holidays are here. Black Friday deal has already started with our partner Fanatics. This jacket is 40 to 50% off. The price has kind of been fluctuating. It might actually be 50% depending on when you watch this. Chatsports.com/Bears hoodie. Usually it's worth $70. Right now it's like $35 to $40. It's a hell of a deal. All sizes are available. We'll have the link in the description and in the comments of this video. Take advantage today. Get yourself a brand new Bears hoodie. Hey, it's getting cold in the Midwest. Stay warm with this Bears hoodie at chatsports.com/Bears hoodie. That link will be in the comments and in the description. Let's talk about this situation. Robert Quinn, did he call out Kindle Vildor? I clearly think he did because Vildor got burned, not only on the game-winning touchdown drive, the catch on to Sammy Watkins, which set that up. He just got lost. He got absolutely lost on that play where Tyler Huntley hit Sammy Watkins. But further than that, he got picked on all day. Huntley targeted him 11 times. I mean, that's recognizing a weakness. Quinn was pretty fed up and emotional during his post-game press conference, and I understand because he did his part. He had 3.5 sacks in a dominant performance against Baltimore on Sunday in what's been a fantastic season for Quinn. Here's what Robert said. He put it bluntly. No need to be sensitive. Call a spade a spade. When the play call is called, everyone has a 1/11th. That meaning, of course, 11 players on the field. Everybody does their 1/11th. Do your 1/11th. If you don't do your 1/11th, you're going to get called out. Don't be sensitive. Get yourself fixed and get it right. I'll just leave it at that. He's clearly talking about Kindle Vildor. He absolutely bodied Kindle Vildor with that quote. Matt Nagy tried to be nice about it in his Monday presser, saying, every player has certain rules on certain schemes. Dude, your guy got lost and he got torched. Call it what it is, right? Like, Kindle Vildor could not stay in the right spot on that play, and that cost him. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And Quinn's frustrated because he's having a terrific year on a team that just mentally continues to crumble. 10 sacks on the season. I mean, this is what you paid for, right? When you gave him 5 years and $70 million after year one, you're like, God, that contract's a disaster. It's still not a great contract, but if he's giving you double sacks a year, you'll take that. There's no doubt about it. The problem is not enough are doing what Robert Quinn is doing, which is having a great season, and he's clearly frustrated. You lose 5 in a row, it's going to piss you off, especially a veteran like Robert Quinn, who has been kind of a leader for this team this year, and especially now has to be with Khalil Mack done for the year. So it's frustrating. It's hard to comprehend, but at the end of the day, I think Robert Quinn basically said, Kindle, get your shit together. Describe being a Bears fan in one word. Let it out. Frustrating times. Describe being a fan of this team in one word. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. And you can also hit me up on Instagram with that one word reaction to being a Bears fan. Give me a follow at HGramNFL. Remember, getting my Instagram kind of up and going here. So I want to get it going, get some extra content on there for you guys. So follow me over there at HGramNFL, and we'll see you soon here on Chicago Bears Now.